Greetings everyone. In today's video, I want to share with you some thoughts I had after doing a session this morning. I worked on a 28-year-old gentleman today who has hamstring and lower back stiffness. And what's funny is, I'm working on people for these physical problems, but as I start working on them and relieving that tension, a lot of emotions, thoughts, even revelations start coming up. And with this particular gentleman, what came up was he started talking about how he feels like he's had a very challenging life. He's had to overcome a lot of obstacles and abuse, and he's been pretty resilient through all those experiences. And also very adaptable to situations in life. But he says that he has difficulty finding clarity and direction in life. That's something he still hasn't discovered. And so that's very interesting. And the first question I asked him was, have you thought about these things in depth? Have you put it on paper? Have you organized what it is you want to do? Have you found clarity on that? On what you feel like your purpose is or one of your purposes in life could be? And he goes, no, not really. So I gave him some homework. I'm going to do some integrative organizing with him starting tomorrow on a gift of alignment, finding purpose, a problem to solve, the root cause of that problem, and the solution. So I'm teaching him that methodology. But it also got me thinking about some other stuff, it's not just being clear about your goals. It's also about approaching your goals, approaching your objectives with a certain demeanor. One thing I've realized about projects is it's never about time. You can set these goals like I want to accomplish this at this time and this at that time. And if it's completely in your control, like working on a task, okay, I worked on this today. That's fine. But a lot of variables are out of our control. And we have to rely on timing instead of time. So let me clarify that. If we say a certain objective needs to be completed in a certain amount of time, that's time. But if we say we're preparing to succeed, then that's timing. You could prepare in half the time. You could prepare in double the time that you expected. But you're preparing. You're setting yourself up for success. And when you set yourself up, then you're prepared for the right timing. You're ready for things to actually go into momentum, and you're synchronized with the path to success. You've set up the infrastructure you need to succeed, so when that timing, that opportunity does come, you're ready to grab it. So that's one thing that really came up for me, and that's something I'm going to probably share with him tomorrow. A lot of us think like, oh no, we have to wait for the perfect situation, or oh, things just never really worked out in my life. But a hard question to ask is, are you preparing yourself for success? Are you doing the things, thinking the things, building the infrastructure and the knowledge base to succeed? Right? You never know when that's going to happen. You could have a big break tomorrow, right? Or it might take a year or 10 years, who knows? But being prepared for that moment of success is so important. And the more we're prepared, the more likely it is to happen, which brings me to thought number 2 I had today. And this is okay, check this out. We overestimate, no, that's not it. Okay. Things always take longer than I expect, but when I accept that they might take time, they happen much sooner than I expect. That's something that's just like an original thought I had today. I thought it was very funny. And it's very true. When I get eager about accomplishing a certain goal, then I get very narrow-minded and stubborn and anxious. And those aren't ways to reach alignment with your goals. Self-care, meditation, clarity, and discipline and patience. Those are characteristics that will prepare me for success, that will align me to success. So I'll say that one again, okay? Things always take longer than I expect, but when I accept that they may take time, they happen much sooner than I expect. Very cool, right? Which brought me to thought number 3 today, which was we overestimate what we can do in 3 months, but underestimate what we can accomplish in 10 years. I heard that quote somewhere. I may be getting the times wrong, like 3 months and 10 years, but you get the idea, right? We overestimate what we can do in a short amount of time, and we really underestimate what we can do in a large amount of time. Because oftentimes we get excited, we get passionate, which is exactly what I talked about 2 days ago in my video. And we get passionate, and passion doesn't last forever. You have to have resilience. You have to be a little bit stubborn. You have to be able to push through difficulty and hard times. So discomfort. And then the final thought I had, which is something I'm also going to share with my friend, because he said, he's been wanting a mentor. He's really glad that I'm here to help because he's been wanting a mentor. And that's not really how I see myself. I see myself more as a guide, as a facilitator. But the thought that came to me, and it's something that I've had to do myself, is, ask for help when you need it, yeah, but also make sure you help yourself first. Help yourself before you ask for help. I think that's very important. And I don't think many of us do that. We look for this like miracle moment or this miracle mentor. I was listening to a podcaster the other day talk about this, and he's like, what even is that? Why would someone who's very successful and very busy with their time just take time out of their day to teach you for free how to succeed and hold your hand through it all? Why would they do that? That whole idea of a mentor just miraculously coming, it's not realistic. But it begs the question, what can we do to be actual mentors for kids who are learning, who do need guidance? How can we guide them to self-sufficiency, to knowing that they have the strength of a community, but they also have the resilience of themselves? How can we build a world that does that? That's one thing I also asked this gentleman, because I understand where he's coming from. When you've had a difficult upbringing and you haven't had the right guidance, it's hard to find alignment. But that's a beautiful thing, is you get to find it for yourself. You get to create it on your own and build yourself up and be the mentor that you never had, so that future generations don't have to go through that difficulty. That's where I think a lot of purpose comes from too. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to share for today. I know I was a little bit, all over the place, but I hope, you found some wisdom, some nuggets that'll help you. I hope you saw the cohesive subject of, taking accountability for organizing and aligning your life and asking for help, but also helping yourself first before you ask for help. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, many blessings.